What's going on, apes? In this video, I want to talk about exactly why I'm so bullish on AMC and why I know for a 100% fact that the AMC short squeeze as well as a gamma squeeze is coming to the stock. Now, I'm not a financial advisor or a financial planner, so do what you gotta do for your own situation. I don't know what your situation is, but with that being said, I am not responsible for any investment decision that you do make. This is simply me giving you guys the facts and the logic behind why I know an AMC short squeeze is coming. So without any further ado, make sure to hit that like button for me. I do greatly appreciate it. Now, the number one reason why I'm so bullish on AMC and the short squeeze, how I know it's going to happen and how I can make these claims, is essentially the fact that we are in this bullish uptrend. We all know this is not bearish by any means. This is bullish. From every video you have seen, from everything, you know we are still in a bullish trajectory. Now, that is not as important. Neither is the short interest. Yes, they both are, and especially the short interest, but this next factor, guys. And if you're unfamiliar of how volume works, typically when you see a volume increase on an equity like a stock, you tend to see the price of that stock go up in value. This is exactly what we seen around June 2nd when we had this massive day of volume at around 757 million in volume. Ever since then, we have been downtrending in volume. Even as far back as June 17th, we had 301 million in volume. Now we only had 57 million in volume. That is a six-fold decrease in volume. Now, this has a couple implications, right? When you see volume go up, like I said, you tend to see the share price go up. When you see the volume go down, you tend to see the share price go down. And with something like AMC, with so much momentum behind it, you would be looking for a huge drop in share price. We are not seeing that huge drop in share price. 4% is nothing in the grand scope of things on the move we have actually already had in AMC stock. So we are not seeing that drop. We are seeing apes holding on to their positions. Now, another side of the coin is that you're not seeing day traders come in. You're not seeing FOMO buyers. And there is a large group of people that are waiting for the short squeeze to happen to jump in and jump out. So we know for a fact we are not seeing any of that buying activity going into AMC stock at the current moment. That is the number one reason why everybody, this is not financial advice, but everybody should be so bullish on the AMC short squeeze, and is, I think, the number one factor that does indicate that we are going to see a short squeeze. Now, obviously, there's a lot more factors that go into play in this, but I did want to say that first and foremost in the beginning, because the FOMO buying as well as the volume increase and the day traders will have a big role to play in the actual short squeeze as well as the gamma squeeze. But although this does go back ultimately to the short interest, which is at 18.17%, which is categorized as extreme short interest. Once you get to around 20%, that is extreme, and you're already vulnerable for a big price movement via a short squeeze. But when you have these FOMO buyers coming in, all eyes on AMC, as well as day traders that are waiting for the opportunity, that is where you are going to see huge price action with the stock. Now, that is the simple fact that it does come down to be. That is all factual information. But as well as that, we are not seeing the largest holders of short interest in AMC covering their short positions at all. Citadel, Jane Street Group, Bluefin Capital Management, Marathon Trading Investment Management, JP Morgan. You're not seeing any of these guys reducing or selling out of their short positions in any way, shape, or form. This chart is pretty much all green. You get a lot of older ones or smaller firms that have sold out of their short positions just because they didn't have the liquidity to actually stay in these, but you see more people jumping in and shorting the stock at an even higher price. And that is another key point that I do need to point out as well, is the average days on loan, guys, is at 35 days on loan. We were at about 58 days on loan at the highest. So this is indicating that you are seeing shorting the stock at its current share price. And quite frankly, for shorts that got in at $10 and then had to cover at 60 or 70, didn't have the money to put up or the collateral to put up, these shorts that are shorting at these prices at 50, 60, they know the kind of risk they're taking. So they're going to be much faster as well to get out of their short position. So that is why I think we're going to see a very fast and hard short squeeze. And it's going to be hard to time the top. If you guys do, congratulations to you, but it's going to be very hard to do. So sum that up, you're pretty much going to see shorts covering their short positions even faster once you break these certain thresholds. And I do think this will involve a lot, like I said, with the FOMO buying, day traders, but as well as the option activity and the gamma squeeze that is going on. And for July 16th, guys, this is the big day that I do see. Yes, we have a lot of open interest on the calls that expire tomorrow. Odds are we're not going to see a short squeeze and gamma squeeze tomorrow. I wouldn't argue with that, but odds are it's not going to happen. And typically what you are seeing on the option chain is a lot of these contracts, a lot of people that hold these contracts are actually selling out, and then they're going to buy the next expiration date and then the next one out. And I do think most of these are going to go straight to the July 16th expiration date. Now, I'm not putting a timeline on this or specifically saying what I think is going to happen, but I do think, quick reference, that July 16th is going to be our most significant chance of a gamma squeeze. And that is ultimately what we need to go to these multi-$1,000 price points that we know is coming and that I do quite frankly think is possible. Now, as well as if we do go to the actual option chain and we are on the July 16th, you see a lot of activity at the $60 strike, but really once you get over 70, that's where you see a lot of activity going on the option chain. Now, why I'm pointing this out, I pretty much point this out in every single video. It comes down to the simple fact of hedge funds, institutions, they are selling, or odds are, I don't know this for a fact, they are selling these options. So when you are buying a call, you are buying the right to buy 100 shares at this certain strike price by this date if it is over that strike price or at any time, right? That's how American options work. You could exercise a contract as soon as you buy it, even if you'd lose money on it. That's just how it works. Most people don't do that because you'd be losing money on it. But essentially, they are, in my opinion, buying these contracts, let's say the $100 strike. I think a lot of hedge funds, institutions don't think AMC will get to this price. So when you are buying these, when you are giving them the money and they're essentially selling you the right to sell you 100 shares of AMC, stay at $100, they would be significantly underwater on their positions if AMC went to 150. So before that happens, they start buying the shares. And remember, one option equals 100 shares. So by the time AMC were to get to, let's say, 95, they would be buying 100 shares to sell you 100 shares at $100 per share and making the difference on that. That is where delta hedging comes involved, and that is how you hedge your risk. But that is why I do think we see a lot of open interest, especially over $70, and that is going to be the critical level. I do think that's going to start a massive gamma squeeze is around the $70 level, because these hedge funds, institutions, they are not buying these, and I don't think a lot of apes are buying these. Some apes are, but I don't think a lot of apes specifically are buying these $100 strikes or 145s. Simply very risky, and it's quite frankly not a smart thing to do with my unfinancial advisor opinion here, right? Do whatever you want, but I quite frankly think they are selling you these, so you'll see a lot of buying power coming into the stock when that does happen. Now, these are the biggest reasons why I'm so bullish on AMC, but there's also other reasons as well, which does play into the fact that we have been consolidating, and that is because we own the float. We have never had such a strong momentum stock, or equity for that matter, of any kind that has had such a strong retail investor platform. 85 to 90% owned by us, and we're not selling. When does that happen, guys? When does that happen? That has never happened in the history of the stock market, from what I'm aware about, as far as technology is concerned as well, right? You'll get some people talking back in the day at a table that have quite a bit amount of money, right? That's always happened in history. That's nothing new. But the fact that you have millions, around 4.1 million retail investors that are holding their shares, and you see this specifically, like I said, with the volume that is significantly decreased, and the fact that we are consolidating sideways, you're not seeing selling going on. So ultimately, as long as apes do hold their positions, we will 100% see a massive short squeeze. It's only a matter of time until the FOMO buyers come in, the day traders come in, the shorts are ultimately forced to cover their short positions, as well as we do see a huge gamma squeeze that's going on, as well as we're going to see forced liquidations and margin calls coming to the big guys, like probably not Citadel because they have so much capital it's ridiculous, but a lot of these other firms on this list, they are gonna see margin calls and forced recalls once the risk gets to be too much with AMC stock. So that is why I'm so bullish on the AMC short squeeze, and how I know it's going to happen, all in a nutshell, as fast as I could give you guys this information because I know your time is valuable and nobody wants to sit around and listen to a 20-minute stretched out video. So if you guys like what was provided to you in this video, hit that like button, consider subscribing to the channel. Also, check out the links down below in the description. There is a link for public. If you are not signed up with that, no deposit necessary, no need to even link a bank account. And if you did this right now, you would have your free stock in about 3 minutes time, regardless if the market is open or not, as well as deposit $100 with Webull, get 4 free stocks, each of them potentially worth up to $2,400 a piece. And if you guys want to support the channel, as well as get access to my buy and sell alerts in real time every time it is bought or sold, stocks, options, or crypto, as well as join a community with over 40 members strong that sources great information all day long, check out that link as well. But that is all I do have for this video. Let me know in the comment section what you guys are doing for the 4th of July, and enjoy the rest of your night. I will see you guys in the next video.